Hey, thank you for watching my channel. I am the Divine Maverick, also known as the mother of twins, helping you along your twin flame journey. Y'all have to forgive me. My DM just called and interrupted my flow, so I'm all flustered. But if this is your first time watching the channel, welcome. Welcome to the crime. Welcome. Crime? Did someone commit a crime recently? Was it you? Anyway, that was just an example of, if this is your first time watching the channel, then you need to know that everything that I say, everything that comes out of my mouth is a part of the reading. So whether I'm stuttering, making up words, flailing these cards all over the place, the dogs are barking, I have a teenager, he might come out here and ask me a question, I don't know, all of it's part of the reading. It may or may not resonate, as it is a general reading, so if it doesn't, register with you, then leave it for somebody else, and they'll be very, very happy to take that energy as it is probably their own. The tribe. Thank you so much for your subscribes. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments. Thank you for helping us grow this community of awesome people. If you like the way I read, everything that you need to know about me can be found in the description box below. I call my personal readings love and light sessions. We run the gamut. It's just like two old friends chatting over some tarot. Okay? So, Divine Feminine. Hi, boo-boo. Hi. I was meditating on this card from the Heal Yourself reading cards. Shout out to Inna Seagull. Beautiful deck. Beautiful booklet. Card number 18 came out. You know how I am with numbers. Nines. Nines, it's a karmic number. Nines, awakenings or spiritual awakenings. 9 is all about destiny. 9 is about being a light worker. 9 is about being almost done, almost filled to the gill, filled to the hilt. Somebody might be named Gil. I'm sorry, that jumped out at me, Gil. But anyway, the card came out, and I meditated in this energy, and I was seeing all sorts of scenarios. I was seeing twin flame scenarios. I was seeing family scenarios, soulmate, karmic, even situations. I was seeing career, business, team kind of dynamic, just you working with other people, but not saying what you mean. The name of the card is Say What You Mean. So the card is all about, oh, it's going to be good. My nose is itching. I'm channeling. But, sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. But the card is called Say What You Mean. And somebody might have an irritated nose. You might have allergies. You might have a nose fetish. Somebody might be planning on getting a nose job. That's not, your nose is beautiful, whoever you are, honey. That's a self-image thing. We can deal with that. Call me, but don't get your nose done because, come on, you're beautiful. That's how you're made. That's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And we love your nose. That's how you smell. That's how you breathe. Okay. All right. That was for somebody. Anyway, say what you mean. So we're being healed, along this journey. We are mirroring our twin. Some of us, we are mirroring the people that we attract into our lives. So some of us, I'm sorry, I thought that was Oshun. I was like, is that a bumblebee? No, that was a fly. Somebody is annoyed by somebody. That's why they won't say what they mean. They feel like they want to swat them away like a fly. Okay. But we're being healed of not speaking our truth, not being honest when we have opportunity to. Now, that's the difference between, I don't know, that swordsy kind of Queen of Swords energy and this card. This card is when we are given the opportunity, but we refuse to be honest and truthful about what we feel or where we are, what we think, what we want, right? With Queen of Swords energy, that's setting boundaries. That's speaking. That's a let me just say, you know what I mean? That's a you might interrupt somebody that's talking to you. That's what that, but that's not this. This is when somebody says, "Well, what do you think about it, Jane?" And you just, whatever you guys want, you do that kind of thing. Or I don't know. I don't know what I think. I haven't thought about it long enough to know what I think about it. Whoever this is for, like I'm saying, if you're resonating with this divine feminine, because this is becoming a problem. You're not saying what you mean. You're saying something, you're saying other stuff, but you're not saying what you mean. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, or you could be one. Let me put the card right here. Let's see what we see. Man, so I bet you are tired. I'll take all those. Let me just peek at the bottom of the deck. The Fool. Got to start all the way over. See right here? Watch this. Got to start all the way over from where you thought you've elevated to, or the way you flow, the way you speak, the way you communicate. You know, nope. Spirit is saying, I'm going to start your method of communication, the way you speak your words, the way you form even your cognition to say the words. I'm going to start you all over. You're going to be a fool. You're going to, like a newborn baby, new to this. You know what I mean? No more preconceived notions, no more pre-programmed answers, no more lying. Let's just be real with it. When you don't say what you mean, that's false. That's a lie. It's not true. When you don't say what you mean, you say something else as a diversion, or I just heard a remedy. You don't say what you mean because you want to remedy the situation. So when you're asked, does it matter that I take her calls when we're together? I don't know who that's for, but I'm hearing that. Does it matter? Does it matter? And you go, oh, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I'd rather it happen than, you get in, it causes more trouble for you at home, when really you want to cause trouble at home because you're ready for them to be with you. I don't know who that's for. Like I said, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Pisces, or Leo. Or Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, air sign, and like I said, fire sign here. Here you are again, but whoever this is for. But it's got, I mean, look at the cards. I have a 9 of Swords here. I have a 4 of Pentacles. So anxious and concerned because you make it a habit of, my son was trying to go in the house, y'all. I'm sorry. I just knew he was about to drop my plate. Oh, that's part of the message. Somebody is so mad you can take a plate and just smash it to the floor. Some of you are so anxious or in such despair and worry and angst that you probably did drop some china or some glass plates to the floor. Just because your nerves are so shot, because you're trying to, 4 Pentacles, hold on to everything and control everything by not saying what you mean, not telling the truth. You might be trying to hold on for money. You might be being told that I'm holding on for money or whatever, but you don't believe it. You don't believe any of the stories. You don't believe any of the explanations. You don't believe any of the, some of you don't believe any of the love. There's no love out here. You know why? Because you walked away from it. 8 of Cups. Somebody's decided, emotionally, even mentally, you've walked away from the connection that you're in. Because number one, it's been too hard. Let's just be real. It's been too hard. But I'll tell you what made it more difficult is you not speaking truth, saying what you mean, explaining how you feel, sharing how you feel more than anything. As a matter of fact, somebody didn't even want you to explain. Don't even tell me how you feel. Just can you just share? Can you just tell me? That, again, that could be you, that could be your partner. But my point is, or even with a business, this is all the way across the board. With a child, with a sibling, a grandparent for some of you, mother and daughter I'm seeing, sons and fathers I'm seeing, co-workers, somebody's supervisor. You won't say what you mean because you might, you don't want to start an argument. Somebody's like, if I really said what boy. Then there'd be an argument. See what I'm saying? We've got to learn how to, look at all that. We've got to learn how to disagree without getting into a verbal skirmish or an argument. We have to learn how to do that. And that's across the board. Work on it with your twin, work on it in your life. Work on it with your twin, work on it in your life. But 8 of Cups is right here. You walked away. You're like emotionally, like I said, spatially is what I just saw, spatially. Even with social distancing, you were doing that before they called it on to everybody. You were already keeping a distance, a safe distance, because you refused to say what you meant because you thought it would disrupt something that you were trying to, 4 of Pentacles, hold on to so tightly. But guess what happened? It moved anyway. You moved and it moved too. And now, here you are, worried, anxious, having something to say, but now not knowing how to say it. That's for somebody. Across the board. Clear it up with your sisters, I hear. For me, that feels like a sister circle. But if you do have a natural sister, or sibling, several, clear it up with them. Say what you mean. You're doing them a disservice and you're doing yourself a disservice. And see, you can't not say what you mean, feel, want, think, and then get upset when the needs aren't met. Your needs aren't met. Then get upset when you are misunderstood. Then get upset. That's too many. But I see it. The nurturer came out at one time, and we've had that before. Divine Feminine, you are the nurturer. Taking care of everybody else but yourself. Taking care of everybody else but yourself. Okay? You might have been at odds with somebody. Somebody might be picking on you. Somebody might be trying to intimidate you verbally, cajole you into doing something. Somebody might be trying to trick you or manipulate you, I'm hearing, at work. They're trying to get you to, they're poking at you. That's what I'm feeling, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm so tired. 9 of Wands, look. I'm so tired. 9 of Wands is out here. Okay? You know, the Sagittarius energy here. But you are, you know, you're like, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to do this. Because you haven't been saying what you meant. You've been saying yes when you really meant no. Extra hours is extra hours. Nobody was affected or nobody was hurting behind this but you. You said yes. Don't get mad. Don't get mad because you really meant no with your supervisor. If you can't log on and be on there the whole time you're supposed to be on the computer, then you know, but I don't have an opportunity to say no. Yes, you do. You always have a choice. You can always just tell the truth. The truth, because the truth will make you free. It's that lie that keeps you bound. It's that lie that keeps you in this 9 of Wands energy here. Wounded, battle weary. Always preparing for war, ready for war, coming out of a war, just gonna, you know, just stop the war. You always, you know, just always tired. Somebody's always tired. Somebody's soul, somebody just even said, my soul is tired. My soul is tired, I can't sleep. How you get into bed and can't sleep? How you work all day long? How do you talk all day long? How do you solve problems all day long? How do you make sales all day long? How do you organize it and write all day long? And when you get in the bed after a long, tiring, trying day, mental exhaustion, physical exhaustion, spiritual exhaustion, because the more you try to fill back up, it feels like you got to pour it back out again, because you may be a counselor, some kind of spiritual advisor, a life coach. You may even just be a really good mom that everybody talks to because you're the nurturer. So you're the advice guru of the family. But whatever it is, you can't sleep. You don't sleep. You won't sleep. The artist. Here's the archetype. This isn't for everyone. Bottom of the deck is the leader, of course. But the artist is out here as the wealth archetype. This is like your North Node energy. These are characteristics that you should be exhibiting or trying to embody so that you can have great success in your life as far as materially, spiritually, mentally, you know what I mean? Just rewarding experiences, a rewarding life. You want to walk in this, right? You want to walk in this energy. You want to move in this energy. And this is ruled by planet Venus. If you don't know what Venus controls or what the attributes of Venus are when it comes to what does it mean to be ruled by the planet Venus, that's all you need to Google and figure that out. Look, you know, get in where you fit in. Learn. You know, study and cultivate your gifting and callings and talents and your growth. You know, learn. So Venus rules this archetype here. And so let me look at this with you and see how this relates to not saying what you mean. Sorry, okay. All right. Can you see? Okay. The artist is creative, visionary, imaginative, idealistic. They're connective, they're harmonious, they're passionate, they're receptive, they're reverent, they're who you are, spiritual. The mantra for the artist is I create my visions. Sole desire for the artist is to creatively express yourself and connect with others through your creation. Somebody is worried because they stutter. Somebody's worried that they can't say what they mean because they don't like the way they talk. Speech impediment, stuttering, I don't know, a lisp. You might have a lisp. That's okay. You've already had a lisp for a long time, Lisbeth. Okay? Your name might be Elizabeth or Lisbeth. But the point is, it is what it is, right? Don't not say what you mean because you think somebody's judging the way you deliver your message. That's the way you speak. The people that are around you that know who you really are, they're okay with that and they're used to it. Okay? That's not an excuse to not speak. So you creatively express yourself and connect with others through your creations. Your purpose is to manifest beauty in the world. Come on, Divine Feminine. Your purpose is to manifest beauty in the world. Your shadow side is that you can be undervaluing yourself. You can be prone to perfectionism, and you can have unchecked idealism. That's a lot of fantasy. And because I didn't say what I really meant, look at all the joy and harmony I've spread. You know what I mean? I look at all the love that I've created by not really speaking the truth about what I know to be true. You know what I mean? And that's unrealistically ideal. That's, no, that's not what happens when you lie. I know it's a hard word to hear, but lie, not being authentic, not being true. So here is the shadow side that Spirit is telling us about. What's the time? Okay. If you are undervaluing yourself, and you definitely are when you don't say what you mean. If you are undervaluing yourself, chances are you have a core belief that you are not enough or not good enough. You were most likely programmed with this belief at an early age by parents, teachers, or peers. And this mindset can undermine your efforts to make money and create wealth from your art, whatever that art may be. Remember, your sole purpose is to create beauty, or your mission is to create beauty in the world. Okay? Some of you create beauty in the world by the way you speak and what you say. And I hear Spirit saying, now make what you say align really with what you think and how you really feel. I'm picking up a lot of untruths here. I am. I just want to say lie. Stop lying. Stop lying. Beloved, stop lying. It's not serving anyone. You're not helping by doing that. I know you mean well, but still, somebody's dog is barking. Know why that? Yeah. Yeah. The dogs are communicating. They hear each other. I even hear, because dogs hear afar off, right? They have excellent hearing. And it's something like, I feel like somebody's been eavesdropping or somebody's been saying something and you've been heard. Like your mouth is saying to the person, no, 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 but that person is within earshot or can hear you wherever you're speaking very, very well. And they hear you on the phone talking about what I really meant is da 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 da. Whether it's about your DM or whoever it's about, it's like you're being heard. Okay? That's why I say stop lying. Stop lying. A good name and credibility, those things are to be valued. And that's who you are, Empress. Just get it together. I'm just adjusting the crown. Spirit is, not me. Spirit is. Okay? So when you are in the shadow of the artist, you may see such an idealized vision of what you want to create that you become disappointed. Even devastated when your practical efforts at creation don't match the ideal. When you focus on the faults in your work or get caught up in perfectionism, you block your creative genius from doing its magic. Blocked because it's not real. You're being devastated by the things that are not happening. And why aren't they happening? Why aren't they moving? Why isn't it connecting? Why isn't it growing? Why isn't it changing? Why isn't it bearing fruit? Because you're not being honest about what's going on. Because there's no truth. There's no integrity. It has nothing to stand on. It's built on sinking sand. There's nothing real. Somebody is just in a idealized, a false, a fake relationship, a false, a fake partnership, friendship, business relationship. You know, somebody's, it's not real. And you go along with it. And you know it's not real. You know it's not real. You might abandon projects before they're complete. That's all that blocking and they're not my divine counterpart, and I won't do this, and I'm not gonna put up with this any longer, and they didn't do the work, and I'm working, and they're not doing you da ba 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 ba. Okay, that's what that is. So you might abandon projects before they're complete, or worse yet, never even start the next great work of art, which is you. Never even start your real healing because you're too busy looking at somebody else. But you won't say it. You won't say what you mean. You won't speak it out. You'll just think it or tell other people. You'll tell your circle or tell, somebody else. But somebody needs to know that the person you're confiding in is literally telling your person or telling whoever this is you're talking about or really speaking your truth with this, because I'm hearing like, I told them this. I said, la, 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 la. That's totally fine. I love that. Oh, I absolutely support that. That is really good. And then you tell the person, but what I really like is, and they're like, really? Oh, and they're going right back. You probably all work together in cubicles. You probably work at a call center. You probably work at the people that hold the signs. I'm seeing like people doing road work, but they're holding like stop signs, and you hold those signs. I don't know what it's called, Highway Department of Transportation or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about, but you may work there because it seems like I see these vests, those little vests, and just somebody with walkie-talkie and just, I don't know. And the women I'm talking about are kind of like, hear my heart, tomboyish. It's okay, but it's, they're kind of like, hey, oh, hey, I don't mean they're from New York. I'm just really mean they're like, they're out there doing that kind of work. And, yeah, and they're like chums or something. But anyway. Well, not anyway, because that was somebody's message. What I meant to say was moving on. That's what I meant to say. You get it. You got it. There it is. So if you find yourself in the shadow of the artist, it's important to get back in touch with your purpose. Move your body to get out of your head. Spend time in nature. All these are grounding techniques. And surround yourself with people who appreciate you and your work. And the only way they're going to appreciate you and your work is if you are real, divine, feminine. If you are real, okay? If you are authentic, say what you mean. It'll be very healing for you, and you'll be amazed at how keen and bright your ideas are when you are honest and true about where you are and what you want to see happen. You do have input. You do have value. Stop undervaluing yourself, okay? Don't undervalue. Where? It was something, I didn't read the positive part. Yes, you're a creator and your viewpoint is unique. That's what I was trying to get to. Your viewpoint is unique and it needs to be channeled through whatever the chosen medium is that you express yourself in. I mean, like I feel like this is a lot for people who communicate. You social media mavens and moguls and such, and arts and crafts folk, photographers maybe, stylists, barbers, nail techs and all, we're coming back, don't worry. But I'm saying, that's who I feel like this is for. Like you're you know what I mean? It's so you're doing things against your own. They might not look that good with that haircut they're asking for. So I know this is a stylist, but you do it anyway. How you think that is, girl? Because their heart. Like you don't want to hurt anybody. You're so sensitive. You just undervaluing that your opinion actually matters because you are the subject matter expert, divine feminine. That's why they ask you. They ask you because they actually do want your opinion, but you are so afraid of somebody, and that's a childhood thing. When you did, somebody's so traumatized because they did say something. They told the truth one time. It had to be something about food. That I don't know. That something that this food tastes good. And somebody tore you up. I don't know if you got literally got a spanking, but somebody was like, don't you ever. Like you felt, like I was just trying to tell, I was just trying to say it was dry. It was dry. It was dry. It was bland. It was, you know, it was too thick. You know, it was too thin, whatever it was. But somebody came at you for speaking your truth. And ever since then, you learned to just, and you go with the flow. And it's so funny because you even wait till the end to speak. Like you wait till they go around the room and you're the last. And you always go, because you're really trying to wait. Like if there's an opportunity, who's next? Who's next? You always wait. You don't want to speak. You understand? Because you want to make sure you hear what everybody's saying so you can just get right down in the middle where it's safe. Because you don't want anybody looking at you or coming for you. That's a few of you all. But I'm telling you, what you're trying to control so tightly by thinking you're leaving out something, it's going to bite you. Spirit is saying to you, trust again, believe again, speak again. Trust again, believe again, speak again, breathe again. Heal those emotions. Stop walking away from situations that disappoint you because of the unmet expectations. Stop walking away. You walk away too much. You walk away too much from too many things. Divine Feminine, I love you. I love you. Spirit, give me one card, please. And that's 3. We'll take it. That's 4. I'm going to just give you all these messages. I have no idea what they mean. They mean something to you, I trust. Within the next few months. Let me put a card on it. Yeah, some of you guys have a lot of decisions to make. Might be concerning a water sign. Might be concerning where to move, what to buy. Might be concerning a pet, cohabitating. You guys are trying to figure out what pets you want. Maybe they want a snake and you want an iguana. I don't know. Or Komodo dragon. What? But, you know, somebody maybe trying to decide what to do with their hair. Okay, get your hair together then before you speak. But you, yeah, you'll be knowing it by July. You'll settle down. Within the next few months, you'll know what you're going to be doing with your hair. But anyway, somebody's head has been in the clouds. And within the next few months, you're going to get a strong reality check by way of something concerning your health. But don't be alarmed. I'm not trying to alarm you. I'm just saying something concerning your health. And it's going to be like a wake-up call or whatever within the next few months. That's just some of you. Okay. Next one is ask help from others. Okay. Spirit is saying, now this is also your divine beings that help you, your spirit masters, your ascended masters, spiritual guides, your ascended masters, you know, crossover ancestors that are just kind of helping you in the realm. Who is this? Okay, right. Ask help from others because, you know, Page of Wands, you're about to start something new, right? Probably a new method. You say there's some fiery new communication coming. You're very passionately speaking. Some of you are passionately speaking your truth in a new way, or deciding to go for it and just like, you know what? I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna get stronger. Ask help from others. You know what I mean? You may even ask some others for support, like some people that you've confided in, maybe where you work, and saying, I'm gonna go have this meeting. And I'm going to speak my truth, or I'm going to mean what I say what I mean, you know what I mean? And so you just want, you know, some strength for that. So you might actually have people in the 3D helping you. But for others of you, like I said, this is just looks like some healed communication, and it's and you're serious about it this time. You know what I mean? You put the passion behind it because you're maybe even really resonating with this message or something, but it's like, yeah, I'll do that. All right, perfect timing for some of you. Boom. Perfect timing for what? Perfect timing for you to get in touch with your feelings. Queen of Cups is all about feeling. You could be dealing with a mother. If you need to have a little talk with your mother, then there it is. It's perfect timing for that. For others of you, you might need to have a talk with a great aunt for someone. And a grandmother. I know this is, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. A grandmother, you need to tell you're leaving. Grandmother, you might live with your grandparents or your grandmother. Or your grandmother might live with you and you're like, it's time for you to be leaving. And you want to put them in like an assisted living place or a nursing home or something. But anyway, it's perfect timing for that. You need to mean what you say and say what you mean. Okay, last one is no. No. For some of y'all, that King of Wands, yes, that Sagittarius. Fire sign, either way. The answer is no. Whatever you've been thinking about them, no. If this is your DM, I don't know what to say. You know, and for others of you, it's are you to passionately pursue that thing? Because this is all, kings are all about passion and creativity and fire. But there's something you need to just, I'm hearing just to slow your roll on. Don't do it right now. Just wait. See how you're just sitting on your throne and waiting, watching and wait. Yes, watch and wait, and then you'll know. All right? Watch and wait, and then you'll know. How about that? How about those bananas? Okay? So no, don't do it yet. All right. I put 2 decks together, you guys. I have an Ascended Master Jesus deck. I forgot what it's called. Oh, and my Angel Oracle deck. But anyway, I put 2 together because I like the way these feel to me. But some of these have scriptures in them from the Holy Bible, that sacred text from our Ascended Master, detailing life of our Ascended Master Yeshua. But victory. Let me give you your card. That's what came out of it. In that whole deck, victory fell out. Archangel Sandafon says, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So I'm excited. You're being healed to this. No more closing your ears or, you know, having people look at you like they didn't really say what they meant. Or, you know what I mean? Look at that. Look at those faces. That's a lot of doubt. That's a lot of unbelief. That's a lot of distrust and mistrust I hear. And that distrust, mistrust. Anyway, anywho, thank you so much for watching. Somebody's going to get on an airplane. You got a ticket to ride. But you don't care. All right, until we meet again, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching. Bye.